Hey everyone, welcome to Saturday Night Charity D&D, where every month a group of quite wonderful people come together to support a variety of charities, charities that are at the heart of most of the people in the group. Every month, a different person gets to choose a charity, and this month happens to be the FinDragon. And FinDragon has decided to choose the charity of Comic Relief, which is above me at the top of the stream. And if you'd like to donate to Comic Relief, you can also type exclamation point donate in the chat to get the donation link. Before we begin, I would like to thank both Malk and Stuffy for allowing us to use NTG as a platform for Charity D&D. Malk is actually joining us over on my, I guess it's left, as a special guest tonight. And I'd also like to give a shout out to Chase, who does all the wonderful graphics for NTG's Charity D&D. Now that that's all out of the way, let's go ahead and get to the stars of tonight. First, we're going to start off with a special guest. I actually don't know anything about her character, so Malk, let us know who you are and what your character is.
Me name be Navi. I be a tabaxi swashbuckler rogue. And trying to think of how much detail I'd like to go into. I can say I like me the shinies. If it's shiny, I will take it. Be aware of that.
Anything about yourself?
Yeah, I can give you the backstory. So out of character voice. So my character is, like I said, Tabaxi, swashbuckler rogue. My village was pillaged and plundered when I was very young by a pirate crew. My parents were murdered. So I snuck on board and I hid in the village. And it wasn't until about a week later that they discovered I was there. They were very unhappy about it, but decided to keep me on board to do their dirty work, to swab the decks and all of this. After quite a while being on the ship, they realized I had some skills that they could use in their travels, because pirates being pirates, they like to pilfer and plunder, and me being a tabaxi rogue, I am very sneaky. So I was dared to steal an object from the captain's quarters by one of the crewmen. Oh, it muted me. The captain found the bauble missing, questioned the crew. I was pointed out immediately. He grabbed me, held me over the side of the boat, and and he started laughing, and decided to keep me as part of the actual crew and not just a swabby. And so I grew up and I spent my entire life with this crew and helping them. And I've quite renowned. I'm known for my skills in my pilfering and plundering travels. So that's where I am at now.
Would you like to self-plug?
Self plug.
Yes.
Hello, I am Malkarii, the community manager for Non-Toxic Gaming. I'm also a streamer. You can find me at Malkarii. You should totally join Toxic Gaming if you have not already. And doing lots of things and stuff, charity initiatives. So definitely become a part of our community, or at least part of my channel. And yeah, that's all I got.
Wonderful. Nat, can you please remind everybody who your character is and then self-plug as well?
Yeah, I'm playing Kirktana, the super extra tiefling wizard, and I've also got my snake familiar Sebastian with me. I'm a lore wizard, so I take everything you know about magic and I throw away the book, but not literally. I need a spell book to cast my spells. And then as for my out of character stuff, I'm NatchuralOne. You can find me everywhere on the social media verse at NatchuralOne, and I've been doing a lot more streaming lately. So I mostly stream wholesome Heroes of the Storm. So come say hi.
Wonderful. Finn, can you please tell us about your character and then about yourself?
Well, I'm playing Vast the Ranger, who would in person hide my face with a hood if some law wizard didn't burn it. And I don't like people or law wizards or magic. And I usually go around when you see FinDragon somewhere. It's most likely me. I haven't done anything of note recently, so no, not that much plugging there. Next.
Follow him on Twitter at Flying FinDragon. He loves all the follows.
Yeah, if you want to be spammed with unpopular opinions about food, then I guess I'm your guy.
Yep. All right. I guess I'll go with me, and then I'll let the GM handle himself, and then notes of the campaign. Hi guys, I am Ned. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Nedivar, Nedivar, except for on Twitter, where you have to put 2 zeros and a 7 at the end of it because somebody stole my handle many years ago. Still disgruntled and salty about that. However, you guys are reintroduced again in session number 4 to Nortle the Tortle, a blood hunter Tortle who, well, he's the grandpa of the group. And he likes to yeet everything. And that's pretty much sums up who Nortle is as a person. We appreciate you guys being here. Thank you all for supporting both Non-Toxic Gaming and Comic Relief, the charity for tonight. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce our wonderful GM, the Bardic Knock. Please take us away.
Hello, everybody. I am the Bardic Knock. I'll be the game master this evening. You can find me all over the internet under the handle Bardic Knock. So that's Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, all the places. Go there, click things, make my numbers bigger. It will make me feel good on the inside, and then you can feel good about yourself too. It's a thing. I do a bunch of stuff, mainly D&D related, sometimes other things. But if you follow me in those other places, you can learn where I do the other things, so I don't need to waste time telling you about them now. So that's me. Who wants to play Dungeons & Dragons?
I do. I do.
Is that what we're doing here? Oh.
Well, you know, we can do something entirely different. I mean,
Yeah,
we can have a heated discussion about the political standing of the world right now.
I'd rather fight with Nan about pineapple on pizza.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Let's do it.
Throw down.
Pineapple does not belong on pizza.
It does. It's okay.
Pizza definitely belongs on pineapple.
Go ahead and bring us into the recap of the campaign there, Bard, and we'll get things started.
I can do that. So, the Yeet Patrol, as they were so lovingly named, it wasn't at all a flippant comment, which has now become like canonical fact. They initially, they were having a fun little party, everything was going well. Then some dick showed up in a hood, ruined everything, started throwing fire, hurt Kirk's, potential boyfriend. Everyone got angry, ran into the jungle to go beat up this little hooded person. The little hooded person turned out to be Hank, who the Yeet Patrol met at the beach. But something seemed slightly off with Hank. Hank didn't seem as if it was just him present, and you could physically see he was undergoing some kind of, corruption, transformation, metamorphosis, whatever you perceive it as. And brought an end to his own existence. Well, the presence also there controlling Hank. It's a whole weird thing. I highly recommend going and checking out the last session if you missed it. But after that, the cave everybody was in crumbled to pieces and managed to snag 2 very interesting magic-looking items off of a statue. And after that, everyone took a nice short rest. However, instead of jumping to that group of righteous adventurers, we're going to jump to a saucy cat lady who, Navi, you are currently finding yourself walking the jungle, and you are replaying in your mind the task that your captain, Captain Lee, had set you. And he set you a mission, when you arrived at port here on Tupa. The rest of the crew, they're going to go do whatever they want. They're going to fire up the town, go get drunk, all that good stuff. You, however, there are rumors of a secluded temple deep in the jungle on top of a high peak. A great and very shiny creatures there. And so I'm assuming naturally, you have already mentioned yourself, you like shiny things. Gonna go find you that temple with shiny things?
Yes. Yes, I be. Ha.
So, you're making your way through this jungle. It's kind of dark. There's weird little sounds here and there. As you your way through, could you roll me survival?
Roll survival? What do I roll for that?
Okay, so let's have a look at your character sheet. Obviously, you can either do this in Roll20 or with real life people dice. Your survival is a +1, so that's just a d20 and then +1 to whatever it is you roll. Is that a 12? Okay, 13 in total. As you are making your way through the jungle, you do notice a small clearing off to the western side of the path, and you can make out some small halfling tracks appearing to push through. They've tried to cover some of this area, and putting a little bush in, but it seems to definitely be a path worth investigating because it seems like they've purposefully gone out of their way to hide it.
So I'm like up here right now with that other path.
Hang on. I should have been paying more attention to the map. Yeah, see, it was down here where I put your token to begin with. Sorry,
Yeah.
I've moved you. Yeah, so down, you notice a path heading off in this direction.
Oh, okay.
See that little arrow?
Yes.
Right.
All right. I'm definitely going to go down there and see what's going on with these tracks that are partially hidden.
Right. So, as you start pushing down this path, the first thing you definitely get sighted, you go, oh, that's a cliffside. There's a mountain here. This is definitely the right direction. As you follow the path down, you eventually start to notice that some of the trees have cleared. This looks like a very well-maintained area. And you find yourself at the foot of an extremely long staircase. This staircase is crafted into the side of the mountain. They're not banisters, I can't think of a word. Like big stone edges to the staircase, and we've got platforms at the bottom. And there are two statues. I mean, one statue is basically all but destroyed. The other statue is still kind of there. It's hard to make out fully. It's heavily damaged. It's overgrown in moss, but it looks like whoever made these certainly put a lot of time and effort, probably money, into doing so. Despite the fact it was heavily overgrown, there's lots of vines and moss and generic. No one's been here in a while, or at least no one is looking after it. The staircase looks very extravagant and exquisite.
What is the remaining statue of? What is it?
It's quite strange. The self, it looks vaguely humanoid, at least as far as you can tell. Although, for some reason, the certain features you can make out on it, the hands, the feet, they appear to have more ape-like quality, and the creature seems to have a tail. It is also in that very classical martial arts stance, like one leg curled up and one hand extended out, and it seems to be holding a long quarterstaff. It's very ornate, it's very fancy looking, but it kind of looks like a hybrid between a man and a monkey.
All right, I'm gonna go up those stairs.
All right, you're gonna start heading up that staircase. Going up the staircase is going to be quite a long thing to do. In fact, as you keep going up these stairs, it eventually gets to the point where it feels like you are pushing into the clouds themselves. You can actually even start to see above the entire jungle. This staircase goes on seemingly forever.
Okay. I'm in pretty good shape, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, no. You're in shape. You can go, no, I got this. Wasn't expecting a long staircase, but fine.
The things I do for shinies.
You are definitely expecting there to be some real good shinies. Roll me a perception as you are heading up the staircase. So, once again, on your little character, there you are. What you can also do is, if you look on your character sheet, you can just click the words. So it says perception, you can just click that. It should turn red. You can click roll it for you.
Where is perception on this?
So on the left-hand side of the character sheet, you've got your stats. On set of things in, there should be a list. Starts with acrobatics and.
Oh, down there. Okay, there it is.
Yeah. That should be a lovely +3. I'm just having to move 21. Jeez. Yeah, good. As you reach one of the because this is going up the side of a mountain. It's not just going to be one continuous. It's going to go up and then it's going to plateau and then go up. On one of the small plateaus, you notice there are some gemstones and jewels embedded into the side. Embedded into the side of the some of the stonework. So, hey, there's shinies for you.
I would like to take my dagger and dig those out.
Yep, that no problem. Don't need to roll anything. You can just pop them out. We can go over evaluating those things. Like, hey, I got my shinies. I'm gonna keep going. After however long, 2 hours, maybe 3, these stairs do go on for a very long time. You eventually find yourself at a large open plateau. You feel as if you're at the top. One source at the top, you see 2 more statues again, exactly the same as down on the floor, except these are in pristine condition. Before you lies an open courtyard and a skull building. It's got a very classical Tibetan Shaolin monk-esque feel to it. Describe it because I'm not the best with words at the moment. it looks basically abandoned. And probably the biggest sign of saying that, well, no, people can't be here, is the simple fact that there are countless, dozens upon dozens of baboons just sat around this courtyard. This is where they live. This is where they hang out.
All right. Have they seen me yet, or am I just?
Um, they do not seem to be paying much attention to you at this exact moment. They seem to be getting on with their own things. If you would like to try and understand what they are doing, some of it looks kind of strange, if you're honest. Baboons really shouldn't interact like this. So I would say, if you could roll me either insight or investigation.
Oof.
Yeah, 3. As far as you're concerned, all right, monkeys are just weird.
Monkeys
It's
doing
totally
weird monkey
normal that
things.
monkeys take up human-esque stature and seem to have sparring matches. These monkeys are full-on kung fu fighting with each other. It's weird.
Surely not all of them were kung fu fighting.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
All right. Well, I guess I'll try sneaking by them. Not because I'm just thinking monkeys are doing weird monkey things. I want to keep going because there's supposed to be these great shinies I'm heading towards. So, if you said there's more stairs, right?
Sure. You can 100% do that. So, if you want to try and sneak past them all, that'd be rolling stealth.
Stealth I can do.
Oh,
27.
you rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, nat 20. As all the monkeys are kung fighting, yeah. I'm never gonna bored of that. You can just duck and weave around. And are you heading towards the building?
Yes.
All right, cool. As you sneak your way around, however you think you want to sneak around, either pinning yourself to walls or just quickly running through and going, you got a nat 20. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm doing like cartwheels. I'm just like flipping through the air towards the building.
Yeah, it's cool. It's dope. You look really cool and awesome while you do it, and other impressive words. Yeah. In fact, your character, you an overwhelming urge when you land to go, nice. In fact, like 99% certain you heard a baboon go, nice. So you head inside this building. You walk inside. It's dark, it's cold, it's empty. Although for some strange reason, despite the outside of a building looking slightly dilapidated, come on, Bardic, words, inside is pristine. This area looks as if it has been scrubbed and cleaned and swept everything and laid out on multiple meditation mats. Right in front of you, you see a single person. It seems somewhat familiar, being that this is also a tabaxi, but a very old, wizened-looking tabaxi. Its eyes are closed. It seems to have purposely allowed its fur to grow in a very long, beard-like fashion. Its ears are flopped down, and it is sat there, eyes closed, and its hand sat upon a little wooden staff.
All right. I don't feel a threat here, so I'm just gonna approach this old cat. Ahoy, matey.
Sorry, repeat that. I was just trying. Are you interacting with this cat? Are
Yeah,
you going,
walking up
"Yo"?
and saying hi. Yo, ahoy.
The cat looks up. Its eyes do not seem to open. Its ear does a little, and it seems looking your direction, but it's really hard to see because this person doesn't seem to open their eyes at all. It gives a single nod.
Let's see here. So I'm gonna. You said it's sitting, right?
You're going to do what? Sorry.
Sorry, this other cat. They're currently sitting. You said.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna
Sat
kneel
there.
down. I'm
They
gonna
have
kneel down.
acknowledged your existence.
I'm gonna kneel
Mhm.
down on one knee in front of them with my face pretty close to theirs, because I figure they're old. They can't hear, and I'm gonna ask them, where be the goods?
It reaches. Well, it's got its one paw on its staff, and it reaches over up and strokes down. Without speaking a word, it gestures over to a hallway.
All right. I'm gonna get up and walk in that direction. Again, not too worried about this old tabaxi.
When you try to get up and walk, you how best to describe this? As you step and start to walk away, make a dex save. So for that, once again, character sheet.
Yep.
Above where all the skills are, yeah, you get the hang of it. 20. Wonderful. You feel in the blink of an eye, seemingly with zero effort, because you were looking at this tabaxi the entire time, has somehow swung his hand from the top of his staff down to the bottom and used it to attempt to trip you as you attempted to walk away. Thankfully, being so graceful and fleet of foot that you are, you can just hop over this. You can sense that there's a little more to this man, this old cat man, than meets the eye.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a little backflip over it, not just hop, because I got it such a high roll. I'm gonna do a little flourish, because that's what I do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna whip out my dagger, and I guess prepare to fight or kill, or I really don't care. But he's annoying me.
Okay. As you do that, you've kind of done your little backflip and go, all right, come on, old dude, settle down.
And we lost him.
Oh no.
No, come back, Bardic.
And
oh, there he is.
And there we go. Okay,
You're back.
we're back.
Did my internet go?
You're good though.
Dang it! I need to figure out what's going on with that. Okay, so I'm going to make an assumption that you heard me say he stood up, or did you not?
That's
No.
pretty much. I think that's where it stopped.
Yeah. So he let like a very quiet chuckle as this elderly cat person slowly brings himself standing, very heavily relying on his cane. And he pays zero attention to you taking a combat ready stance. And he starts slowly walking towards the corridor he pointed you towards. Since he is, you are actively prepared for combat now, and he is just walking straight past you. You, of course, make an attack on him if you so choose.
Trying to think of how mean I want to be.
Kill him.
I'm gonna call out. Hey, belay there, you scurvy dog.
He doesn't seem to slow or stop. He really raises his hand and gestures for you to follow as he continues to head towards this corridor he pointed towards.
Okay, I'm gonna keep my dagger out, still like ready to attack if need be. I'm gonna follow him skeptically, annoyedly. People
Like,
don't talk
what the
back
hell,
to
man?
me. People don't trip me. Does he know who I am?
The best is he hasn't said a single word yet. As you follow this elderly tabaxi down this corridor, there is an immediate change in this first corridor. It seems untouched. Whilst the main hall, someone is obviously keeping that clean. Somebody is obviously maintaining that. What this place matches the outside. This place looks as if it has fallen in. There's a hole in the roof. There's heavy amounts of dust everywhere. And he walks right through to the end of the corridor until it reaches a solid brick wall. And he taps with his staff in a very specific pattern. And once doing so, the wall before him, very, Harry Potter, Philosopher's Stone, old early 2000s film effects, the bricks all kind of go and it opens up. And before you is quite possibly the most beautiful looking peace garden. A perfect pit of sand, raked and groomed. And there appears to be 7 large stones marked in this garden. Although you could only tell that there are exactly 7 if you were to get a bird's eye view, because no matter where you stand and looking at this, you can never see more than 5. It's a beautiful trick of the eye. It's all very ornate. It's all very fancy. It's all very impressive. And he walks over, and as he steps onto the sand, it doesn't ripple. This person almost appears to float over it, as it were, or at least walk so gracefully he doesn't even leave a footprint in the loose sand. And he walks over to one of these stones and he sits on it, and he turns back to you. He gestures for you to come towards him.
Okay, I will approach closer, still cautious.
As you closer, do you step into the sand in the peace garden at all, or are you like, nah, no thanks. I'm just looking.
Is one of the rocks close enough for me to hop onto?
Yes, you could very easily make a little jump.
I'm gonna do a little jump.
You
Into
don't
the
have
rock.
to roll off that. You can just, yeah. You jump onto this rock, and as you do so, you're very fleet of foot. You're very fancy, very graceful, all that stuff. So you can land, and you know that this landing should have been perfect. However, there is something that makes you feel slightly off balance upon doing so. It is only then you realize that the rock beneath you is moving, as are all the other stuff. The entire garden is moving itself around, rearranging itself as if by some very potent, powerful magic.
I'm just trying to find a response. Oh no!
Yeah.
I just want to yell, like, "Blimey!" Surprised.
Oh no, that is the correct response. Be like, what the heck is going on? I came here to get some shinies, and now you're making moving rocks. What are you doing, you person? These are fully valid and reasonable responses. As the stones all move around, they eventually settle into a new position. I'm just trying to think. There is something very specific about how they have been laid out. Could you? I think either history or investigation would be the best checks here. I think you've got the same in both, so it doesn't really matter which you choose. Flipping 20.
Why can't we get these rolls?
It's the ears.
Malk is obviously better than you.
It's true.
So, Nave, you're very familiar with this layout. You can notice that what they have done is these stones have moved themselves to be essentially a map of the local islands, each stone representing a different island. And the stones have also begun to change colors. The one he is sat on, which you can just find out, that is the island you are currently on. That stone appears to be white, and the other stones which are representing the other islands, they all appear to have turned to a very deep, dark red. Shiny, by the way. Huge, like giant boulders.
Big shiny.
Massive shinies.
I don't know what to do about these shinies. So I guess I'll turn to the old man that's sitting on the rock. Vasty scallywag. I ask ye, where be the booty?
The old man has a little bit of a smirk and sits there smiling at you like he doesn't have many care in the world, just smiling.
Let's see here. How nice do I want to be? Unless you be want to be dancing the hempen jig, you better be telling me where the booty is.
Malk, always got to learn about that booty. I'd be lying if I was saying that's the only booty joke was going to be made tonight. He looks at you and he just gestures to the stones that you're stood on. They've done the most valuable things here. He doesn't speak. He has made it very actively obvious that he has either no ability or no intention to speak a single word to you. Because I like making life difficult for myself and NPCs who don't talk.
Just one less voice you have to act out. I see what you're doing. So I guess I'm assuming these boulders are way too big for me to pilfer, right?
Well, you couldn't just pick them all up and walk away with them, but they're pretty big. Like you think with a little bit of clever engineering, you could maybe like tie some rope around one and drag it. You definitely couldn't just pick them all up and walk away.
That's inconvenient. I'm going to turn to him and ask him, be there any other treasure?
He ponders and strokes his fur beard, like his elongated fur, but is a beard. And then he raises his little paw, meow meow, and taps to the left-hand side of his chest, and then points at you.
Trying to think of a way to respond to this. You be playing jokes, old man.
He gets a really big, the smuggest looking grin on his face. I'm trying to find a way to, because I'm trying to improve myself and not swear as much. So it is a shirt-eating grin.
Gives a shit.
Knows he wasn't messing with you. He just wanted to see how you'd react to that really bad, like, the treasure's in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
So he extends his staff down and taps on the sand, and it begins to swirl, moving the boulders again. So you're sort of what's going on? And a shape forms in the sand. It appears to form the shape of a turtle, a devil, and
I didn't hear the last word you said. A turtle, a devil, and
like a hood or a hooded mask or something of that description.
Did you say a turtle? I can't put it over my head.
And he points to this collection as if saying, they've got a treasure. So you got to go find a devil and a hooded man.
Where be they?
Where you are situated, you're on the top of a mountain. You are above the jungle. You can see and out above the jungle, and it seems to point in a vague north direction.
Okay. Trying to think if I remember the word this. Running out of pirate phrases. So out of character, I'm just gonna ask him if the treasure they have is more valuable than the boulders that are in this room we're currently in.
He nods, like very, very much like, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna reach into my belt and take out a flask and offer him a sip out of it.
He puts his hand up. He's like,
all right. I shrug. Take a massive swig. Back in my belt. I'm gonna hop off the rock and just exit out of the room, out of the building.
Okay. As you leave this garden, you hear this, chuckle, this old man, and go to look behind you. None of it is there. The garden's not there. The old cat isn't there. Nothing. You're just in a dilapidated old building.
Interesting. I'm gonna take the lid off my flask and just like sniff it to make sure the rum's still good. And then take another swig just for good measure. Put that back in my belt.
Yeah, that rum seems good.
Yeah, it is.
Whatever the heck happened, that's some high-end magic, or you have not, I don't know, either something's gone awfully wrong or something is incredibly powerful.
All right. So the old cat said in a north type direction is where this treasure's at.
So, obviously, I'm assuming you go back down the staircase, all that good stuff. Find yourself back. I'll just move your little token back over in path there, and you will start heading in a north type direction until you come across a turtle, a devil, and a hooded person. So, meanwhile, the Yeet Patrol, who are having a nap, there we go, who just so happen to be made up of a turtle, a devil, and a hooded fellow. It's not at all
Cough, cough. His hood
DM
got burned off.
contriveness, I swear.
His hood got burned
Shh.
off.
The quiet old cat and everything.
Nordal wakes up from the soft nap and notices, gosh, what's this girl's name again? Samba and the two other gentlemen look like they're packing up some of their gear, and notices Vosh and Kirk seem to still be napping, and he sees his alligator buddy just perched head, up on the side of the water, and he's just gonna go for a small swim in the swamp here. He's gonna sit next to his alligator buddy and swish around in the water and the mud, and goodness, old man needs to stretch. As the turtle yawns loudly.
Oh, Lord, what was that sound?
Always you complaining about the noise I make.
All right, well, what's the... Oh, wait. Are you up, Vash?
Why are you even talking to me?
I don't think he's very happy. You ruined his favorite cloak.
By shooting light at it. If a flashlight's going to ruin your favorite cloak, then frankly it wasn't made very well to begin with. I think I've done you a favor here.
Hey now, you two calm down. No need to get snippy with each other.
I'm not getting snippy.
Got some tasks ahead of us. Why do I have to be the mature one of all of us?
Because you're old.
Yeah, what he said. I think we found something to agree on.
Never mind.
Oh, it's gonna be a long day. Kirk, can you at least promise to pay for half his cloak fixings?
Yeah, with all the money I've got, absolutely.
Hey, it couldn't have been that expensive in a cloak, am I right? He
Oh,
gives
yes,
you that,
no, you're right. Yeah.
Gives you that long nudge.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, here's the thing. I think Sambot and the child should go back to the town, and we should take Ungaro and go get those herbs for Big Papa Chief. What do you think?
I think that's a grand idea. Vosh, do I need to push you with Kirk? Are you going to follow?
I'm getting paid for this. Of course I'm going to follow.
Fair points.
Okay. The other NPCs, they agree. Luca, Samba, and Barker, they're like, yep, we'll go off. And Gora's like, all right, I'm gonna help you find the stuff. And you all.
As we get ready to leave, Nordal just kind of swerves left and right in the water, gives his alligator a little pet under the chin, give him a little good boy, and sends him off into the swamp and hops out. So, kind of does the turtle shake a little bit, and he feels ready for the day.
Okay. You're good? You all feel ready? Before you get ready to head off south where you want to find some herb. Is there anything you would like to do before you leave?
I don't think so.
I think we already attuned to the items that we needed to.
Well, Samba's taking those magic items with
Yeah,
her.
I thought so.
Yes. Yep. Okay. That's
Oh, let's just
absolutely
stomp
fine.
out the fire for good. We don't want to burn everything down.
You don't quite like fire anymore, do you, Vash? Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you? So I guess we're heading down to the southern Y path here.
Okay. So, you all start heading off. Not too long into your travel, you come across another person walking along these paths. Now, how would you describe exactly what they see? Because it's you.
I am muted. Let's unmute myself.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So describing what I look like, I am a buxom, saucy wench, as it were. So they can obviously see right away that I'm a tabaxi. I don't hide that fact. I got my little tail, my little ears. Damn, I look fine for a cat. So basically I have...
Hey, lots of people are into that.
It's true. So I have kind of like wavy, curly, like, dark brown hair, goes down to my waist, green eyes, big green cat eyes. I'm wearing clothes that are for a pirate. They're pretty clean-ish esque. I take pride in my appearance, and in my belt they can see a dagger on one side, a rapier on the other, and a hefty flask or 5 tucked in there as well. And I'm wearing an amulet that's quite shiny. So I have the reddish vest, the brown undershirt, and knee-high boots, and they can see me walking with that very stereotypical piratey swagger. I mean, just taking one look at me, you can tell, oh, this is a pirate.
Real quick, taking one look at you, we know that you're a pirate. But if I take one look at you, do I know you're a tabaxi?
Mm-hmm.
Very open and blatant about being a cat. Ears on display. I'm a cat.
Meow.
And I am 100% down for it. If you think your character would know what a tabaxi is, yes, you know what a tabaxi is. Yeah. They're not like, ooh, secretive, hidden off race. They're there. They're around. They're doing stuff. So unless your character is from the far-flung reaches of Nowheresville and has them.
Can we see your tail? Or do you have one that is visible?
Like you're directing that to me? Like it's out. It's
okay.
Behind me. Yeah.
Nordal sees what he believes to be a kitty cat in the middle of the road and shouts very loudly, "It's a kitty!" and just starts charging down the road.
Another beast-like creature not from around here.
I'm absolutely not digging him out of this situation.
Nope.
And he's gonna confront the front of you and try to turtle hug you. And I'll roll a strength check against your dexterity, I guess. I'll let the DM choose.
Yeah. Now, if you are wanting to avoid this big, lumbering tortoise man charging at you to give you a hug, you may make a dex check against his, nimbly step out the way or do a flip over him or whatever cool thing you think of.
This would be a saving throw?
Just a dex check.
Yeah, just dex, so don't add proficiency.
I have rolled a 17.
So, yeah, if you just roll a d20 plus 5.
Oh god, why do you have to have a +5 to my +5?
So 16.
Yes!
And you got a 17, Ned?
I got a 17, yep.
Okay, so you are outdone by one. So as you go to whatever it is, just a simple sidestep, like, dude, what the hell? Think you've got out of the way, but you get grabbed by a big turtle man claw and forced into a hug. I'm assuming you're hugging this cat lady,
I
right?
practically grab her by, like, with both hands and then, pretty kitty! Yes!
So about these herbs.
I said I wasn't going to dig him out, but I think I probably should. Nortal, please put her down.
Oh, fine, why do you have to be the party pooper, Kirk?
I'm not a party pooper. I just believe in asking people's permission before touching them.
He lifts her up in the air, like, underneath her armpits. Would you like me to put you down, pretty kitty?
All the same would go to your spell casting.
All right, so I'm gonna emit like a very loud cat-like hiss. Let go of me, you filthy turtle.
Okay. He's gonna yeet her.
Nortal, do not. If you yeet her.
Hold on.
I dare you.
Okay. He's going to attempt to yeet her. Is Kirk gonna try to
Yeah, I mean, Kirk's gonna sternly say, Nortal, if you try and yeet her, I will feed you to something. We're going to have some sort of turtle stew tonight.
Nordal takes a look at the tabaxi and takes a look back at Kirk and thinks, turtle stew kind of sounds good.
All right, let me lay this out for you, buddy. You're the turtle in the turtle stew. That's the implication here.
Oh, fine. And tosses the tabaxi. Well, not tosses. Gently sets the tabaxi down. I'm going to yeet the pretty kitty into a tree later, though.
Please don't do that. I'm sorry about my traveling companion's behavior. My name's Kirk. I'm not really the leader. I'm trying to wrangle people. Hi, who are you?
Before I respond to you, I'm just gonna be like muttering blindly to myself as I straighten my outfit. I'm pretty put off by that, and I say, "Ahoy, me hearty. My name be Navi."
That's a wonderful name. Do you have? Is there anything? Did anything rip on your clothing? Can I fix anything for you? Please let me make this up to you somehow.
Is your favorite catchphrase, "Hey, listen"?
I'm gonna choose to ignore him and address Kirk. Nay, I be fine.
All right. Well, let me know if you find something. I know he can be a little bit strong on the hugs and accidentally. I can fix it. I've got magic. Anyway. Oh, also this is Sebastian, and this is my snake. Hey, Vash and Ungaro, do you want to join us and come talk to a new friend?
I don't know about you, but I have a job to do.
Well, yeah, but part of the job is being nice to the people we meet.
Well, we're just going to pick up every stray that we can find.
Oh, it's worked so far, right?
Nordal just kind of gets a little closer to Navi. And
I didn't mean physically pick up Northel.
And I'm Nortal, the Tortle.
We're working on the laugh.
That was so creepy. Okay. So I am conflicted on how to respond. You guys probably seem like pause. You see my facial expressions go through like just an array of like confused, decisive, unsure, and inside I'm thinking like, should I kill them? Should I befriend them? Should I knock
Ahoy,
them out and
matey.
steal their shinies? What
Do
do
you
I
see
do?
the eye patch? You be a pirate. We be
Uh.
pirates. Aye.
Great, you frightened the animal.
I mean, I don't want to make decisions for you, of course, but these do not look entirely useless people. In fact, they look, as far as you're concerned, somewhat competent. Kind of, maybe.
You'll have to excuse me. My limited experience with people has left me uncharismatic in nature. Dirk always likes to point it out. It's actually Kirk, not Dirk. It's one of those mornings already. And he just kind of marches off.
All right. Well, so quick rundown of what's going on. We're looking for some herbs to save our friend. Yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of the rundown. What brings you out here? You don't look quite native to this part of the world. Well, the island, I guess.
I'd be exploring and taking a gander of yon island.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. Do you want to come with us?
You beheaded to get herbs, plants?
Frankly, I don't know exactly what we're getting. Ungoro, the half, or he's a human, isn't he? The gentleman
or is
back
it human?
there, the gentleman back there that you haven't met yet. He says he knows what we're looking for. We're just kind of following him at this point.
Kirk, I'm assuming gesture towards Ungoro. Ungoro will wave at you. Navi, you see a not half naked. This man is almost entirely naked. He walks around only in a loincloth. His body is covered in paintings and tribal tattoos. He's got like stretched ears. He looks very stereotypical depiction of like a medicine man type thing. There's a reason his picture is Dalsim from Street Fighter 2. And that's basically what he is. He just kind of waves and goes, "Hello."
Yeah, he might not
Using
look
your
like-
skull.
Yes, she's using her skull. Can you?
When you're done, can I have it?
I'm not going to answer for you. I mean, if when you're done with your skull, you want to let Ngara have it, you're fully allowed to do that.
You just Nordal notices in the background that it seems like you're inviting her on the adventure, and he kind of says from afar, "Are you inviting the pretty kitty?"
I'm inviting Navi.
So
Remember to warn her that you like to cast spells on your allies.
So do I get a pet cat now?
No.
I knock
Also-
be a pet,
also-
you filthy frog.
You'll have to excuse Vash. We let him do the cooking earlier, and turns out his favorite spice is salt, and he will not get over it.
You notice Nordal, kind of with a grumpy face. Did you just call me a frog?
I
All right, I'm gonna back off. I'm just gonna get right over here. That looks great. How's it going, Ngaro?
what's it to you?
Can frogs do this? And he activates his action shell defense and puts himself in a shell. Frogs can't do this, pretty kitty. As he yells from a shell, but it kind of echoes outwards.
Is the shell laying like flat on the ground now, or are you used to like upright but inside it?
It's upright, but I'm still inside of it. But it's definitely a fortified defense. It would be a tough nut to crack if you know what I'm saying.
I'm gonna hop on top and just like do a little cat sit pose up there. And I'm gonna turn back to the other two and say, Vasti, Bendier. Sure, I'd be joining you.
Nordal kind of pokes his head out of the top. He's like, "You think you can do a trick after what I'm about to do?"
Just kind of like look down. I don't know what the heck. I don't know what the heck's about to happen.
So Nordal, as soon as you look down, just instantly pops his arms and legs out, and you notice that the shell just kind of, it's like a springboard practically, so you get sprung into the air a couple of feet. Let's see what the kitty do.
So if I
Okay.
can, I'm gonna like do a flip and like try to land it.
Yeah. Do you want to roll acrobatics for me?
Sure do. It is. Oh, it's a good one. Yeah, there we go.
All right. What cool ass dope super fly radical thing do you do?
So I'm just gonna flip through the air. I'm gonna do like multiple different kinds of flips because as he launches me off of him, I'm just gonna do like a cartwheel type flip, and then like a trolley type flip, and then like my arms come out, and then just the tail flailing, and then I'm just gonna land on one foot, very agile, like a cat. And
I see your knowledge of the flips. It's
Yeah,
quite
I got-
extensive.
I have flip knowledge. Yeah.
As she lands from this magical, mystical flipping that she just did, Nordal looks at her. Ah, Samba would love you. Let's
Ungoro,
And
the herbs.
Ungoro kind of mutters under his breath. Well, they'd hate each other because they're similar.
Yeah. I think
Anyway.
Goro.
I'm gonna take a few steps away from the big turtle. I don't feel comfortable.
Nordal has walked away after he said that.
Okay.
And-
All right.
Of
No,
course, if both of you are comfortable keeping the chief waiting for his medicine, we can sit here and have another campfire, perhaps.
I was gonna say if we're done with our pissing contest, maybe we can stop having the chief actively dying. Bash, that is two things we just agreed on. I think we're becoming best friends.
and Vosh hurries off.
Vash just goes.
I'm going to make you be friends with me.
Is oh god. Is Navi following along with the group after being
Well, as you all start, as Vash starts going, hey, job, and Kurt goes off like poking, you're gonna be my friend. Yeah. Ungoro, the essentially naked witch doctor type person, will walk up to Navi and go, you want to get Ungoro will share shinies. Ungoro has many shinies.
Shinies, you say? Where be these
he
shinies?
Ungoro kind of whips around this eyes like medicine bag type thing, kind of reaches in and starts pulling stuff out. He pulls out a yes, there were 2 rabbits in there. Last session, Nortal ate one. And he pulls out a rock and some feathers, and then pulls out like a little handful of gold coins. He goes, Ungoro not need Chinese. You look like a person who likes.
Indeed I do. I'm gonna like reach out and like snap them up pretty quick.
Yeah, you can take these from his hand. He goes, good. Now, we have made agreement. You come help get plants, and later we all get alcohol. This is how transactions work. Yes?
Nordal turns around. You're my best friend.
I was starting to sober up too much.
Who did Nerdle say that to?
To the gentleman that just said, "Let's drink alcohol."
Okay. Aye. This plan is good.
All right. So with that, you lot can go and find some herbs. If collectively you would all like to roll me a survival.
A what?
Survival.
Okay, I heard Bible. I was like, is that a
You could-
religion?
You can roll a Bible. You can roll a Bible if you want. You know, they're not exactly great shapes for rolling. So
24.
20.
12.
13.
okay. That is a majority pass. So yeah, very quickly. You head down a path. You go find a collection of herbs. One of the paths you were meant to go down earlier. You go. You get it. Ooh, herbs. Got them. Done. So in the bag. You're ready to head to the village and take care of Big Papa Chief.
And my payment. More importantly.
I mean, I don't think that's more important, really.
Well, I guess we'll never be friends.
Hey, don't say that. Friends can still have disagreements.
Oh, we're not gonna head this way.
Absolutely not.
Well, you only had to find you know, unless you were desperate to go down there and find some stuff. Like you found the herbs you needed. Like,
Oh, okay. Okay.
extra
Okay.
exploring you want to do. That's entirely up to you.
I suppose to town we go. And need a good drink.
Yeah,
I'm singing my
that's-
travel song.
It's the best travel song. So let's grab everyone and take you over. Takes you about another couple of hours, not too long, and you get back to Mala Village. At this point, it's mid-morning, maybe 9, 10 o'clock-ish. The village is active. There's people running around. There, a few chickens and goats and all that good stuff. It's a very tribal feeling. Certainly not remotely interesting to you, Nave. Yeah, it looks as if nobody here has ever seen their entire life. But I'm assuming you all head straight to the communal tent, and you go and find Big Papa Chief, the orc, surrounded with all these halflings. He's sprawled out on the floor still, being looked after.
I assume what's his face has the herbs already.
You assume what? Sorry?
That what's his face? I can never remember his name. Already has the
Ngora.
herbs.
The witch doctor, Angora.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll walk in and he'll start going, okay, Angora, do his thing, do
So
the
we're just-
healing.
We're just waiting.
I would
Well-
collect my payment.
Angora reaches into his bag and he pulls out the payment you're all offered and goes, there you go. I genuinely do not remember how much I offered to pay you. So,
10 gold pieces.
yeah, I think it was like he pulled out a grand total of 50 gold or something. At least that's where my mind was. So,
I'll hold on to the extra for Samba.
And now our business is concluded. I'm going to find someone to stitch my cloak back together.
And Nordal's gonna walk out with him, thinking he's probably heading to the bar instead.
I mean, I can just
Hey,
fix your
hey.
cloak.
Maybe there's a seamstress there.
I have magic. I can just fix your cloak.
Nordal catches a light echo of this coming out of the tent. Hey, Vash, would
Hmm?
you let Kirk fix your cloak?
No.
Sorry, Kirk.
I mean, whatever. It's free for me. But spend your money. You know, you're right. We should stimulate the economy of the town. You are such a good person, Vosh. You are great. You are just great.
Stop talking to me.
Absolutely not. But luckily for you, I'm going to stay
I'm
with Big
going
Papa
away.
Chief.
So, if you want to stay for a few moments and sit with Big Papa Chief, he comes around just enough. He's got this great big badge over his chest, but he can just prop himself and lean against the wall, and he looks and go, it's good to see you again, brother.
Oh, good.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, it's gonna take a heck of a lot more than just a little bit of boom boom, burning. That's the word to take down beef. Though, I'm totally honest. The council probably ain't gonna let me keep that last part of my name no more.
Wait, what's the last part of your name?
They probably ain't gonna let me keep that no more. Probably gonna find some kind of replacement. Kind of prove I wasn't too good at my job. Yeah.
Well, no, that's absolutely absurd. That Dick, what's his name, came in, blindsided us all and stole them. And no, absolutely not. That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, like, I agree. It is kind of stupid. Yeah, but I kind of didn't never do. The fact that it was Hank the whole time, that's a sign that I wasn't doing a good job as a chief, not making everybody feel important. If he could just go off and become a massive dick like that, then being taken down. And
Well, I strongly believe that Hank was under the influence of some malevolent force. I think that we should really look into that. And I think this may have happened fairly recently. I don't think this was a long-term thing that happened. I think much more investigation is worth having before they strip you of your title.
Well, if I'm completely honest, I could kind of use a break as well. Yeah, I mean,
All right,
I can't do loads with this really hurts, and just sit around here. It's gonna be lots of sitting around and not doing nothing, and I think a break is kind of needed for me.
Well, I won't stop you.
I mean, what's all of your guys' plans? I mean, you obviously you're not leaving the island the same way you got here. If you got attacked by Grandpa.
Yeah, no, I'd rather not get eaten. That would be bad.
Yeah, you're gonna need a real ship. So
I'm assuming we can probably hire one in town, maybe.
I mean, you're making some assumptions there, yeah. Tupa is not a big place. Maybe aside from that Navy vessel, which is meant to come around every couple of weeks, we don't get many visitors. Maybe the occasional pirates, but we just let them arrive, do that thing, and we all they ain't villagers, townspeople. That's it. They like to pretend that they're big and clever because they're rocks instead of leather and whatnot. But they just let the pirates do the thing. There's this one crew who arrive quite a lot. They got what's it called? Like the what's the animal that does the laughing?
That would be a hyena.
Yeah, it's like them, but like on 2 legs or whatever they're called.
Oh, those are Noel's friend.
Yeah. There's a crew of them.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, the kind of, but they come, they do the thing. They usually leave. They usually take over town whenever they arrive. So,
It be a ship you need? That be mine.
Oh, yeah. We could. She's a sailor. Oh, by the way, yes, this is Navi. I should have introduced you. She's pretty cool.
Yeah, I am.
Oh yeah, she looks pretty cool to me. How you doing? Name is Big Papa Chief.
Hmm.
From afar. She a pretty kitty.
Yeah.
So, were you just a little kitty girl? Were you just saying that you're a part of that? What did you say they were called again? Null? You're a member of that Null pirate crew, yeah?
I be. They call me
Now,
Navi.
don't want to be.
Navi Swifthand.
I get it, because you got swift hands. That would make sense.
You're the
yeah?
first person to connect that. I'm amazed.
Believe it or not, I'm not just a pretty face and an amazing body. I'm actually a pretty little tack there. So I don't want to be making no assumptions about how you choose to live your life and all that. Yeah. You seem like a nice person. I mean, I assume everybody's a nice person because that's the world I like to live in. But from what I know, that group of gnolls, they're not exactly the nicest bunch of people. So what's a little kitty girl like you doing hanging out with them, yeah?
I've been with them me whole life, since very young. Wouldn't call them friends, more traveling companions.
I mean, I hope you don't take no offense at this. My good, sweet, dear, beautiful friend here, Kirk, handsome boy. You'll be needing a ship, and there's currently a ship here. And Navi, you ain't friends, are you? Could I make a suggestion? Because you'd really help out the island here if those gnolls didn't quite, show up all the time and cause a ruckus. So you can, what's the word? Smash heads of two tiny animals with one big blunt object. Get rid of the gnolls, get a ship. Sounds good to me, yeah?
What's in it for me?
Freedom. Friendship. Look at these guys. I mean, who won't want to be friends with Kirk, the beautiful man?
Oh my. Also, if I may, I don't know a whole lot about sailing, and some I'm still kind of learning. But doesn't it work the way like if you kill everyone above you, you become captain? Isn't that how that works?
It be mutiny you want.
So, what do you think, Captain Navi?
I tell you what I think. I think Captain Navi has got a real nice ring to it, yeah?
Ye be right.
And it means that all these little youngsters, like Luca, and if you ever come across Lucille in town, it means you can all get off the island. I know Amber would like to leave. If I'm honest, I could probably do with a little break. If I'm going to get kicked out of being chief, it'd be quite nice to get my legs back on the sea again, yeah? A long time. So how about this? You go see if you can take care of that. I'm going to spend a little time. If you get yourself the boat, come back, pick me up. We'll go on an amazing adventure together. And we'll all travel the seas, Kirk.
I'm so on board right now.
So, with that, I'm assuming, like, Kirk, Navi, are you gonna share these plans with the rest of the group? Like, hey, we're gonna go null pirate crew and get a boat so we can leave this island.
Mm-hmm. Though I would highly recommend that we get some real sleep before we go about doing that.
But
Oh yeah,
first,
you can
take
make sure
out
you
my
get
flask.
a full rest.
Take out the flask, undo the lid, swig. First pass it to Kirk.
Drink a little bit. Oh, first I smell it and then I drink it a little bit. This is wow. Whew, that is you like it strong.
Strong B the only way.
Well, you know, there are different types of strength. You know. And Kirk just starts to kind of mumble and trail off.
I'm strong too in my own way.
The real
strong.
strength of friendship.
I'll take the flask back and I'll hand it to Vash.
Oh, me and him are out of the tent.
Yeah, can't
Oh,
really
yeah,
do
the tent.
Yeah.
All right.
feet arms.
Me and
Yeah.
him went to go
The
drink
mate
elsewhere.
just
Speaking of
Yeah.
which, if there's someone who can fix the old cloak back together, I would like to know it now because I really need to attach this thing if I want it back.
Oh yeah. The residents of Marlow, they're very skilled craftspeople. Yeah, they make all their own tents, they make their own clothes. They can stitch your hood back together, no problem.
Awesome.
And you know they don't operate on a monetary system here. They do things by a barter system or in good faith. Like, hey, I'll do this for you. If in the future you do something for me.
We saved
Well,
your
And
chief.
Yeah, I did kind of help bring back Earth.
Exactly. So that not only will they fix your hood, they'll give you a fully cooked chicken as well.
Oh, what? Oh, thank you.
Nordal is gonna smell this fully cooked chicken and look at Vosh. You gonna share that, mate?
Are you hungry?
Always. You see this 400 pounds? Takes a lot to feed me.
I hand him the fully cooked chicken.
He
I'm more of a light eater anyway.
gleams with excitement. Are you sure you don't want a leg?
Well, maybe just a leg.
He
The
rips-
left one.
He rips off the left leg and gives it to him. And then you see Nordal just the whole chicken.
You just eat the whole chicken in one go.
Yeah. And you hear the bones crunching and the juices just drooling out of his gnarly mouth.
Yeah, if you eat in one go, a little young child walks back out with another one and goes, "Here you go, mister. It's not fair that the turtle ate all of it. You deserve a chicken."
Well,
Then give Ash another chicken. Like,
why, thank you.
Hey Vosh, I want the left leg of that one. And
Left leg even.
this time he just takes it and puts it in his mouth, and when he pulls it out, it's just one chicken bone. And he
Yeah.
just goes,
Without left
Yeet.
leg.
Yeet.
all right. So you're enjoying some chicken. Kurt, Navi, and Big Papa, you're enjoying potential talks about mutiny, and all right, we've got our plans. We're going. I'm assuming you would all. Well, I know Kirk needs a long rest to actually get like spells back and everything. You're gonna go like attack a pirate ship and be like, "Yar, it's hard." But other than that, because I'm assuming you can all gather together, share these ideas. Like, hey, we've got plans. We're gonna go do this. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a nice sleep. and we can have a rest. And us as real life human beings can take a quick 5 minutes as well, because that's kind of
Yes.
a perfect time to do so.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take about a 5 to 7 minute break, and when everybody returns, we will continue on with Adventures Ahoy. And we are back to the drunk adventures of Vosh and Nortel.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Do we have any announcements to make before we jump back in? How's the charity stuff going?
We're looking good. We have had two donations of 20. I don't know if they're pounds or euros, whatever you want to call them. Whatever you European folk like to say. With your metric system trash.
I mean, it's pretty difficult to tell the difference between a pound and a euro. One is an E, and one is something different. Can't really make heads or tails out of that.
We've made 40 due to 2 donations of Stuffy and Fluffa. We've gotten 4 or 5 different subs and 100 biddies. Doing pretty damn good tonight.
All right. Okay, wonderful. So, with all of that taken care of,
Take that 200 biddies.
Buddies.
Oh, and plenty of yeets.
Internet is being awful for some reason. I'm going to have to spend a lot of time fixed for next month because it's infuriating to me. So, your plan of action is, as a foursome, you're going to go and take over an entire pirate ship and do whatever it is you wish to do with... Sound about right?
We're doing this as a foursome? Oh, that's what we're into.
I mean, there is one important matter that we need to take into consideration about this plan.
What is
And what's
that,
that?
Vosh?
My payment.
How about you're paid in the wonderful new currency called getting off this godforsaken island? Is that fair?
I got into this island, didn't I?
All right. Well, I mean, you can join us or not. I don't have any money for you.
Do I have to call the kitty captain?
Yes. All right. So, when you two get over your fragile masculinity, then we can maybe get this started.
I'd be good.
I just won't talk to the kitty.
Perfect.
Works with me.
Okay.
I'll just
So, with
stare
that-
creepily.
Oh gosh, that's not better.
So, with all of that, you will get your bits and pieces all in order. You've had full rest. Everyone is up to full hit points. Spell slots are all returned, all that good stuff. And you make your way towards Tupa Bay. When you arrive there, I mean, this takes a couple of hours to walk there. But when you arrive, this is it's a lovely little seaside port. Words stumbling all over them. It's very reminiscent of a colonial settlement town. Lots of... See, now I'm having to figure out what do Americans call them. You know when houses are attached to each other? Over here, we call... Is that what you...
Duplexes.
Okay. I'm going to call them terraced houses because I'm right and you're all wrong.
It's a duplex. It's a duoplex. Like it's a duplex.
Or it's a terrace, because that's the correct word. So it's lots of terraced houses. They're multiple story, 2 3 stories. They've got very... They have like actual tiled roofs, you know, lovely little. It's very fancy. It's very nice. It's very neat. The thing that stands out most is there doesn't appear to be a single living soul out and about on the street. Windows being shut and boarded, well, not boarded, but you know, shutters were all shut. You occasionally see a glimpse of someone like slamming their shutters and closing doors. And the only real sign of activity seems to be coming from one particular area over by the water side. And there appears to be some hubbub, some ruckus coming from a tavern.
Oh,
Hmm.
well, Nordal hears a ruckus in a tavern. Nordal goes to the tavern.
Okay, let me.
Is there a blacksmith in this porter?
Let me get you. Let me take you over. And paste. There we go. On this map, you are now on. The area you can't see is because obviously you can't see inside it because you're outside. What you do see about the tavern is there's a little sign hanging from a window. Well, not from a window, like dangling from above it. It's very well crafted. It's beautiful. There is a picture of a turtle with a monkey sat on its back, and the monkey is drinking from a mug of ale. In very fancy, ornate, cursive writing, the tavern name is written down as the Turtle and Baboon.
That seems
And there's
right.
a lot of ruckus coming from inside up there.
I do think Vosh asked if there was a blacksmith looking around.
All the other businesses and all that, they appear to have closed up. But you will see, yes, that will be one. But however, whilst pirates are in town, everyone keeps themselves scarce. You can also see there is a large boat pulled up in the pier. This boat, it seems okay, kind of well maintained. It appears to have a very moss and grass and algae growing on the outside of it.
Algae. Nordal notices the turtle symbol. Doesn't really give it two shits about the baboon, but notices the turtle symbol and just kind of moseys on over to the tavern. Notices there's a lot of ruckus going on the inside, and doesn't necessarily. Oh, that's the front side. Cool.
Yeah.
He's gonna mosey onto the front of the tavern there, and hoping
Hang on, just
that the rest of the crew might be following. Come, let's check it out. And when he gets to the front door, he doesn't quite kick it down, but definitely bursts through with some some emphasis to find out. And as he busts through the door, what's all this ruckus about?
okay. No one thinking, peering for a window, casing out the joint. No, just straight in. Boom! Here we go. Okay. Let me.
I'll let the other two catch up here.
As we're walking over, I'm gonna kind of mutter a little bit under my breath to Navi. So what are your thoughts on marooning?
So, to describe the scene you all see in here, I'm sorry, Navi, you should reply to the question you were asked first before I DM. Or
If by marooning you mean leaving the turtle here, I like it.
All right, I'm just Just thinking of all our options. I mean, someone here's got to make a plan.
I have a plan. You just...
Well, the way I see it is, if the crew be all in the tavern and the boat, the ship, be empty, why don't we just go?
Oh, but then they'll follow us, won't they?
How?
Well, they'll notice. Cough, cough, cough.
They swim?
I mean, you make a fair point. We probably shouldn't let the turtle get killed, though.
I mean,
Here's a
That'll-
free.
That'll take all the fun about it. That'll take all the fun out of it for us, won't it?
Okay.
All right, we follow behind, or I follow behind him.
Yeah. So, to describe the tavern scene for you, the tavern, it looks, if not for this gaggle of gnolls who seem intent on being somewhat destructive, this would look like quite a pleasant little location. However, there's a chair or two broken. The bartender seems to be disgruntled. He is missing his left hand as a gnoll is waving around this wooden prosthetic and kind of doing that awful hyena, shaking it at the bartender's face. In the corner, just to be the only two people in the bar aside from the bartender who are not gnolls. And they're rather familiar people. There's one fellow in a bright red coat with a large tricorner hat on, kind of chuckling to himself. And next to him, it appears to be a rather surly-looking fellow in full plate armor, who just looks tired at the whole thing, and they seem to be talking to the gnoll who looks the most important in this room.
Okay. So Nordal is not happy about that hyena gnoll laugh and him swinging around that prosthetic arm. Although Nordal may be a bit of a hassle to deal with personally, he does not like it when people are picked on. He gets quite angry noticing this gentleman with no arm and the hyena waving it around and laughing, and he's not gonna quite walk up with two hands on his axe or anything, but he's definitely approaching the gnoll. But he's gonna do it in a way that it doesn't seem to be perceived that he's going to do anything to the gnoll.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me where that gnoll is at?
This one. Nope, that's not on the campaign. It's this fellow here.
Okay. He's gonna have a sit next to this gnoll. So, I see you got a nice little arm there.
The gnoll looks you up and down, it kind of spins its back up, because it's been a little hunched over, and it straightens up to try and be like, all right, I'm a big person too, and kind of growls at you a little and goes, yeah, and it's a lot of fun. Look, it can do that. And he reaches and he starts messing around with it, and each individual joint on this arm can be unscrewed and rescrewed. So he screws a bunch of fingers off, so it has just one finger left on it, and suffice to say, it is the rudest finger that I've left on it, and he waves it in your face with just that on it.
He's gonna look at the gnoll and be like, that does seem quite a lot of fun. Do you mind if I play with it myself?
The gnoll looks at you and goes, no, It's mine.
The second he
Leave.
says no, Nordal grabs him by the throat, and I will gladly roll a strength for this. Shoves his head into the table. I'll roll a 12. I hope that's enough to shove a Noel's head into a table.
Well, on the dice, he rolled an 8. So, yeah, you slap head into the table and create a loud thump.
And
Any sound in the tavern that was previously there goes dead silent, and everyone turns to look at you.
Hey, bartender. 40 gold pieces.
I'll wait.
The bartender just gives you a nod, like, all right, that's a good deal.
And Nordal snatches the prosthetic arm out of the Noel's hand and takes it by the neck and just launches him. Just
Eats it.
eats him. He's gonna try to make him land on this table.
Are you throwing the hand or the knoll in that
I'm throwing
direction?
the Noel in that direction.
Okay. Before you do that, Kirk and Navi, what are you doing in this situation? How are you reacting to Nortal just outright starting a bar brawl?
I'm just standing off to the side. Well, one hand on one hip, just watching, very amused.
Is the pretty kitty impressed?
Kirk's going to prepare an infestation spell if a gnoll comes within 5 feet of me, but otherwise, like as a defense. But other than that, he's just watching.
Okay.
And while that throw is going on, I would be preparing an arrow, and this guy needs a tip and a shaft behind it.
Okay. So,
That's what she said.
Nortal, I'm going to count it as you have already got him grappled. That's what the strength check was for beforehand. Throw him into the table. A straight up ranged attack to try and hit this ball.
Say that one more time. You broke up just a little bit.
Yeah. You just need to make a ranged attack to throw him into the table. You already have him grappled from a strength check. You can do that.
19.
Yeah, that will most certainly hurl this gnoll into the table over here. And roll damage on that. So I'm going to have to look up the eating rules because I don't remember.
I'm about to say I don't remember what the damage was. I can go off of my ranged crossbow, which is just a 1d8.
Let me check. Damage is... So, initiate a yeet. When yeeting a creature, make a ranged attack. Yep, check that. So it is the equivalent as if they've taken fall damage. So that's 1d6 for each 10 feet he has been yeeted.
That's 25 feet, I think I'm seeing on here.
Let me check. There's
yep.
rules. You can yeet a distance up to half of your strength score.
I guess that's only 10 then. So he can.
Yeah, so he's going to take 1d6 plus your strength.
1d6 plus 5. Okay. I rolled a 1. Great. So he takes 6 damage.
Alrighty. I will make note of that. I'm going to ask everybody to roll initiative in a moment. However, this has caused an awful lot of risk. You have just thrown this hyena across the room. Just all sound has gone dead silent. All the gnolls kind of turn and look at you, and they all start to slowly reach for whatever they've got at their waist. And you hear a booming, bellowing voice from the corner of the room. Once again, it's a very familiar voice. He goes, "Ah, wonderful! was getting bored of discussing things with you. I've got an adventure! Now, out of my way, Vice Captain Oswald! And you hear a few clicks, followed by two, what you can really describe as ear-piercing explosions. As if you look over to the corner of the room, now poised on top of a table are two very large rifles. Although instead of having a normal rifle end, they've got this big funnel at the side. And fired. And the novel these two men were discussing with at the top corner is kind of sprawled out in chunks against the wall. Roll initiative, everybody, please.
Can I keep that 20? Because I heard the words initiative, so I rolled a d20.
Keep that 20.
I would like to know if I'm still allowed to make my surprise attack.
Oh, yeah. Anybody who had prepared actions or anything like that may do so.
So 25 to hit that null.
This one down here, that will hit.
Ignore the beep, beep, beep.
For 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay, 5 points on him.
Now for my initiative.
I did. For some reason, it's giving me an error, and you guys can't see it, but it's 18.
Yeah, we see the 18. You'll need to click our token.
Yeah.
And hit add turn.
Add turn. There we go. 18. Done.
You'll need to do it for me and Vosh as well.
Yeah,
I can
need
put
to
my
find
own
the
in. You just
token.
need to add the turn, yeah.
Add turn. And Vash. Add turn. And I will roll. No, isn't fantastic. Yeah. Theirs is 9. So they'll be going after everybody. And PCs, 4. So they're going up at the end. That's convenient. It goes then NPCs. So, begins. Cook, you said you had an infestation. Are you going to activate it as surprise, or are you keeping hold of that?
The trigger was if one of them came within 5 feet of me.
Okay,
So-
that's fair. And now, are you seeing that the barroom brawl is about to start? Do anything before it all starts, or are you happy to? No, we'll wait till we start fighting. Really?
Yeah, I'm just kind of observing. Since the Knoll crew knows me as one of their own, I might try using that to my advantage. But for now, I'm just gonna watch.
All right. So with that, combat has begun. Nuzzle.
Nordal is gonna, after preparing his two-handed axe, is gonna toss his that prosthetic arm into his in his pouch real quick. He's gonna use his Crimson Right on his two-handed axe. And let me confirm what that Crimson Right is. I believe it is lightning damage.
I roll lightning damage. I think you've used that before.
Yep, I just never remember what kind of dice it is. I think it's a 1d4, but I digress. And he's gonna very angrily step on top of the table. And can I assume that this man is prone?
Oh yeah, this Knoll is 100% prone.
I will take that hit on advantage then. Alrighty, and he's going to swing his two-handed axe straight down on this Knoll for 14 plus 7. Yep, for 21.
That is most definitely a hit.
And that does 8 points of slashing damage plus 2 points of lightning damage for a total of 10 damage.
All right, 10. Enough to knock this one out.
I
It
have
is on.
split this knoll in half
Mm-hmm.
and swung so hard that I split the table in half.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just thwomp. Table split. Your stud straddling over this Noel's body.
As a free
It's
action,
wonderful.
I'm gonna yell to the bar, "Who's next?" as if to intimidate them. I rolled a 6 on intimidation.
Okay. Next up in the initiative order is Navi. Navi. The mutiny has begun. The overthrowing has started.
All right.
What would you like to do?
Is the captain still alive, or where is he located?
The fellow in the back, that wasn't the captain. That was the quartermaster. The vice captain Harvey and the full captain Lee they are not present.
Okay.
So one could logically assume they're on the ship. This was just some of the crew that was here. No one put their entire crew in one place at one time. That'd be silly. That'd be asking for all of them.
All right. I'm going to stride up to, within the gaggle of gnolls. I'll be center myself just so I'm surrounded by them, because I think I'm one of them. I'll take out my dagger, my rapier, dual wielding, and hopefully I have some sort of surprise attack or advantage on them because they don't know that I'm going to attack them. If I want to.
Yeah, they see you come in and they're like, Navi, help us! We're gonna kill these beggars. Yep.
I'll be killing something, all right. So yeah, I just want to slash and stab.
You can definitely get up to this personal here. No problem. This one will look over to you and goes, looking, Navi, we need to avenge Quartermaster Oswald of the casino. And then you proceed to stab him in the face or back or wherever.
I'm going to. How do I want to do this? I'll stride up beside him, and I'll have the You'll see that the rapier in my one hand. He hasn't seen my other hand that has the dagger in it. But as I stride up beside him, I want to just up through the kidneys in the back, and hopefully in such a subtle way that's not the other gnolls don't really know what just happened. They just see him drop.
Okay.
Well, he's the one that's been turned into pincushion.
I am assuming that you are making use of your sneak attack.
Yes.
Okay. So is this with the dagger or the rapier you're doing with stibbity stabbity?
Dagger.
Okay. Roll to hit with your dagger. This roll is with advantage. There we go. See, it automatically does the roll, but you know what? Ignore that first one because I don't like it, and I want to give you the crit because that's cool. So, yeah, you hit crit. I need to check how sneak looks in 5e with crits.
Sneak attack, since she has the advantage, and she's level 3, I believe is a 2d6.
Yeah, so she's gonna end up rolling 2d4 plus 4d6.
Yeah, with a crit does apply to a sneak attack, so a sneak attack damage is doubled as well.
Mm-hmm.
Remember.
I mean, I play a rogue, Finn. How do we do that?
Yes, rules as written, you double
we critical hit the sneak attack as well.
All right, but let's do that. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, so Malk, to get your damage, over in the chat on Roll20, click says dagger. Like if you hover your mouse over it, dagger will turn red, and click that, and damage will appear.
Like that's what I was clicking for.
Over in the chat bar. Yeah. Not on your character sheet.
Oh, in the chat bar.
There.
Oh, there. Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like that.
There you go. Okay, so you got a 6 for that. And then what you also need to do, can you roll me 4d6 for your sneak attack?
She got a 9. That was my 6.
Oh, okay, yeah. So 9. That's even better. And there's so 9 plus 4, that's 13 plus 15. All in all, that is 28. Navi, you are wanting to sneakily stab this guy in the kidneys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you bring his life to an end? Just shank? Because it was done perfectly. Like, you can describe how you want this person to end their mortal existence. Please do.
So, just trying to think how gruesome I want to get with this. So let's say, well, he's gonna die. He's going to. All right, so he calls me over. He thinks I'm there to help him.
Yeah, he calls you up like, come on, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it in Oswald's memory. We're gonna protect Lee and Harvey for the grassy knoll. It's gonna be great. And you're like, nope, shank.
Shank. I'm just gonna before I do the stab. I'm just gonna say to him, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and then shank twist.
So, are you basically saying it's nothing, kid?
Involving personnel, kid.
Yeah, my goal is that it happened so quickly, so swiftly that he just drops, and the other gnolls they're not exactly entirely sure what just happened.
The last thing everybody else saw, they saw this guy get hit with an arrow. That's the last thing they noticed. You walked over, and then he fell over, or you stabbed this guy. They think it's just a delayed action. If anything, they're more convinced that the arrow was poisonous than you would do anything.
All right.
So, are you making use of a bonus action or anything like that this turn?
Is there anyone else near me right now?
There's Noel still here as well.
I'm trying to think. If for a bonus action, can I do an attack again, or it's just a lesser
a
thing?
rogue can bonus action a hide, a dash, or a disengage at level 3.
Well, you are dual wielding, aren't you? So you can sacrifice your bonus action. I mean, you're not in melee range, so you'd have to throw something at him to make use of your dual wielding. And since you use your dagger, I don't think you want to throw your rapier at this guy, do you?
No, I'm good. I'm not gonna do anything.
Okay. In that case, if you think you're done, we can move on to Kirk.
All right, well, I guess we're doing this. Excuse me, pardon me. I'm just gonna go poke around here. Don't mind me. Hello, everybody. And then I'm going to try and hit this fellow with a firebolt.
Throw fire.
I got. Let's see. That is a 21 to hit.
21 to hit is most definitely going to do it.
All right, and then I'm gonna hit him with 1 fire damage.
Yeah!
And then I'm gonna say,
I think that's the first time your firebolt has hit as well.
it's hit before. It hit last time. But
yeah,
I'm
you
going to
forget.
say, terribly sorry, sir. That was my mistake. And I'm gonna try and duck down next to the bar to give myself some cover.
Yeah, you're like, oh! Okay, yeah. Feel free to make a stealth check as your bonus action, and you're gonna be hiding.
I can't stealth with a bonus action. Only rogues can do that. So I'm just kind of trying to duck down a little bit. So hopefully I have a little bit of cover from ranged attacks.
Yeah, I forget 5e's got a lot of very specific. Can't do that. Okay, yeah. You're just ducking, hiding. You go, no.
Yeah.
I will allow it to be that you're in cover from this, so attacks against you have disadvantage.
Okay.
Vash.
Next arrow, this one.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. I feel I need a hood to go.
Oh.
Do it.
Congratulations. I have taken the first natural one of the night.
Oh.
So how's this one? How's this one gonna work?
Let me get a dice. In your speed, Vash, as you go, your fingers slip, moves out of the way. You accidentally shoot at Nortal. Roll damage.
Why's it gotta be me?
Oh,
Because that's where my directional dice pointed at.
that's definitely a wide shot.
Oh.
Max damage as well.
Hey, it's not a minimum without maximum.
Can he roll to hit me instead first?
Nope. Just be glad I didn't make it a crit on you. So Nortal, as you're like, who wants it? An arrow hits you in the neck.
Whoop. Cover behind the bar as well. That's my turn.
Alrighty. Now, it's all the gnolls. And they are all looking at the only person they can is an active threat to them, aside from these two people in the corner.
I might
So-
just die here because of that hit.
These 4 gnolls, 1, 2, 3, 4, they were in the process of standing up. They all stepped from their tables, and they all produced a small firearm in their hands. It seems rudimentary. I need to check my basic firearms or how this works. Okay, yeah. And each one of them is going to make a shot at you with a flintlock. So, better hope that turtle shell comes in handy, Nortal. Shot 1 is a 9.
Misses.
9.
Misses.
20.
Ouch.
15.
Misses.
All right, only one hit you for 5 damage as these 4 flintlock shots go. Yeah, most of them will just bounce off your shell, but one will pierce you.
Nortal's not looking too good right now in the middle of this room.
Okay.
Now you know how
Now,
it feels.
These two gnolls up here look a little bit important. Not super important. Okay, hang on. There we go. My internet now. These two green tinted gnolls up here, they look a little bit more important. Not like captain level, just maybe like, officer. One of them looks over at these two men, one of whom is a very important member, and he's going to make a rush over. He's going to do stuff over there. This guy, however, he stands up and he whips out what can only be described as something that looks terrifyingly futuristic or something which you have probably never come across in your entire life. It looks like this collaboration of technology and magic. As it has a rifle's butt, but as it comes to where the barrel would be, a thin single sheet of metal, and underneath is a glass vial, and that vial seems to be crackling with electricity as there, and he, in a 60-foot line. Now, but unfortunately, Nortal, you're the only person close enough to get hit.
Of course I am.
You're the one who keeps running to fights. It's okay. He might miss. Yeah, with a 2 on the die, that's a miss. He lets loose this line of electricity that just bolts out of the end of his gun. Unfortunately, the kickback's a bit much, and he ends up shooting upwards, cutting a big line in the ceiling. The firearm then seems to be a bit funny, and he starts slapping it to see when it will work again. Yeah, his firearm seems like it's not going to work again for a couple of rounds. So that... Oh, NPCs, before I forget then. Nortal, how bad are you looking?
I'm looking to be about 2/3 on the way to death.
Yeah. The fellow in the corner of the room, he looks over at you. How far away are you? Needs to move a little bit closer, I think. What's the range on Healing Word?
I think it's 30 feet.
Yeah. He's going to jump onto the table and move a little closer. He's going to look you up. Turtle Man!
Aye.
Thumbs up! Go on! You can do it! And you can heal yourself for 7 hit points. And his friend is going to stand up, let out a deep, surly sigh, and I have to do an Irish accent because I've not done one in a couple of weeks. I guess the Irish, Scottish, Irish, I go to Irish, and but it's not cliched Republic of Ireland. It's a wee bit more Northern Ireland, so it's up there. It's got a wee bit more of a lilt to it, and he just kind of looks and he gives a real surly sigh, and he goes, I was really hoping we weren't going to have to do this. Yeah. And he slams his big, heavy Morning Star into. And that brings us back around to Nortal.
Alrighty. I'm gonna... Can I get in? I'm gonna move 30 feet to... I don't know what I want to do. I'm gonna move 30 feet to this guy. I'm gonna use a bonus action to use the Blurred Curse of Mutual Suffering. I am now linked to this creature for the next minute, and if it damages me while I'm linked to it, it takes half of the damage it does to me in necrotic damage.
Okay.
And actually, it's amplified? I need to figure out how that works. Give me 1 second. Bonus action. says amplify. I guess I can amplify it as an action, but I'm not going to. So it takes half the damage it does to me, as necrotic damage.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to use my action to use Shell Defense. And all you see is Nordle cast this blood curse on this creature. He looks kind of dead inside now. And then you see a turtle just go into his shell.
Just no ping on out of there.
And I have gained 4 AC and have advantage on strength and constitution saves.
Alrighty, wonderful. Okay, so is that everything you want to do? And then we move on to Navi. There's another hyena close to you. Another hyena. Wait. You're gonna get another sneaky kill.
I'll try to. Where are they in relation to where I am?
You are here.
Okay.
And they are there.
Okay, so it's like on the other side of the table from me?
Yeah, it's just around the table. You can either just jump over the table, you can walk around and be like, hey, shank. Or you can be like, no, it's time. I'm going to leap into your face and kill you.
No, are the hyenas part of the crew, or they're just people that are in the bar?
These are members of the crew. These are all gnolls.
All right. I'm feeling fancy, so I'm going to out myself as someone who's killing the crew. If possible, tell me what I need to roll to make this happen. But what I want to do is do a fancy ass flip over the table, and with my like dagger and my rapier, like his head off. Can I do that?
Let's have a quick little look.
That's gonna be a couple of rolls there.
Yeah. Just tell me I need to roll. I'll roll it. Make it so.
Okay, it's not that. I'm just checking. Okay, no, it's not that. Yeah, I'm mixing a bunch of different editions of D&D in my head because the Swashbuckler back in 3.5, they actually had ability specifically designed for this called Acrobatic Charge, which is like, hey, do flips and hit people.
Yeah.
I was just checking. Unfortunately, you don't.
Okay.
However, if you make an acrobatics roll, I will 100% allow you to flip up onto the table.
Oh, that's a bad roll.
10. It's average. So instead of it being a cool flip, you kind of just punch them and go, ha ha!
All right.
So you jump onto the table and you can happily just like jump and make an attack at him. Or however you choose to do that.
Yeah, going straight for the throat. Am I able to use both my weapons because I'm dual wielding, or can I only use one?
Use both of them. However, it uses up your bonus action. And the second, whichever you're using as offhand, you do not get to add your bonus. So it's just the die roll.
Okay.
Obviously, for Washbuckler, you can make use of your, whatever it's called, Rakish Audacity, which allows you to make a sneak attack without advantage. It's really broken.
Yeah, let's do
It's
that.
like feature of being a rogue. You just want to do it all the time. So make whichever you're using as your main hand, make attack with that.
Yeah, that'd be the rapier. So let me click on that.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Malk,
Not 20.
you've made 2 attacks, and they have both been nat 20s.
I'm a badass. What can I say?
Roll damage. So same as before, just click on the little thing in the chat box. And if you want that to be your sneak attack, you may add 4d6.
Where's this kind of luck when I'm playing roll dice and roll 20?
Okay, so that is 7 plus 13. That's 20 damage, which is enough to murder this fellow. You don't even need to make your offhand attack. He's down.
Damn.
He just leapt at the table, and you know what? With a nat 20, you didn't get to do a flip onto the table, but you can certainly do a flip off of the table. How do you kill him? How do you
All right.
bring an end to him? Jumped onto the table.
All right, so I'm on the table.
What
and
do
it
you do after
surprises
that?
him. He's all like, "Oh, like she's on the table." All right, and then I'm gonna do a flip. And while I'm doing this flip, I'm gonna be flipping over him, right? And while I'm in the air,
Mhm.
I'm gonna grab his scalp with one hand, rapier across the throat as I'm finishing my jump, and I land behind him as his body falls to the ground.
Do you do a dope as heck bow?
Dope as heck, bow.
There we go. Yeah, as you do that, there's a moment's pause. It's kind of like in the Addams Family film, where there's a moment's pause and then a spurt of red fluid goes over the table where he stood, and you do your dope as heck bow, red fluid spurting over the table.
Sorry, Shad in chat. Yes, that's exactly what. Disengage. There we go.
Okay. So next up would be Kirk. You are behind the bar, or at least attempting to be behind the bar.
Well, let's go ahead and let's pop up and shoot a firebolt at this gentleman near the Irish fellow.
The Irish fellow's up there. Yep, there you are.
Yep,
That's
I'm throwing a firebolt at him.
okay. Go for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be another 21 to hit. And
Nice.
I've tripled my damage output. I did 3 damage.
Yes.
So I'm really bringing out the big numbers here. You guys look like you've got this really quite handled. I'm just gonna stay back here. I hope you don't mind. And I'm gonna duck back down.
Could you be any more useless?
I mean, I could hit you for maximum damage.
Fair point.
Okay. So you're staying put.
Yep.
That would bring us to Vash.
This one over here.
Go for it. Arrow. Pew pew.
I knew it. I was about to call it.
Are you
Oh,
kidding?
no.
This is what happens every time he rolls in roll 20.
Critical. 21 to hit. Natural
Critical
one.
one.
Twice in a row.
All right. 2-1. As you pull back on the string of your bow with such vigor, I'm going to hit him, I'm going to do it. You pull back so vigorously that you snap the string on your bow.
Oh no.
Like, screw this, I'm going to go hit people.
Yeah. That's it for me.
All right. Gnolls. All the gnolls, well, there's 3 of them left now, who shot at Nortal with flintlocks. They all throw the flintlocks they had off to the side because they don't want to waste time reloading. And they all pull out a second flintlock. However, they have a variety of targets. So one is going to fire at Nortal, one at Vash, at Navi, because you've not really been so secretive anymore, are you, Navi?
I would also
So?
assume she's on that side of him.
Yeah. Okay, so to hit Nortal, that is an 18.
Miss.
All right. To hit Vash is 14.
Please.
Oh dear, Nave. To hit Navi is a 21.
21.
Yeah. Yep. So, Malk, I'm assuming you don't have an AC of 21.
You're muted.
You cut out a bit. What did you say?
One of the gnolls has they have fired at you with a flintlock pistol,
Mhm.
and it's a 21 to hit. I am assuming an AC of 21.
Okay. So the last like 3 words I
You
didn't
don't
hear.
have an AC of 21, right?
Oh, AC. No.
I
do
didn't
not.
think
Yeah.
so.
No, 15.
Okay. You take 6 damage as this bullet from a flintlock fires into your shoulder, and you are accused of being a traitor.
Traitor!
Oh no. Memes.
This up here, he drops his fancy looking lightning thrower and walks up to the turtled Nortal, and he tries to swing at you with, well, not swing, tries to stab at you with a spear, which isn't going to hit with a 14.
He just pokes at the shell, and I just give a chuckle.
Yeah. And this knoll up here is, well, it tries to make a swing at the Irish fellow. The Irish fellow is doing some kind of magic, makes a flare go up into the knoll's eye, causing him to miss. So that brings us to NPCs. The first NPC to do anything is the bartender, who looks over to Kirk and sees that Kirk is kind of like jumping out and going, pew, pew, fire. And the bartender goes, "Oi, mate, you want to do more?"
I'm doing my best.
I mean, I'd do it, but I don't have my other hand. And he reaches under the bar. You hear a small click as he pulls out a rifle and throws it towards you.
Oh, gosh. I wasn't ready for that.
This is a bolt-action rifle. There's rules for how that works in the firearms rules.
All right, now I'll go look at it.
So there you go. There's a small pouch attached to it with 10 rounds of ammunition. The bartender gives you a thumbs up with his one remaining hand, and then just ducks under the... All right, I'm done. Have fun, fellas.
Give it to the ranger.
Ranger fucked off, buggered off, beggared. There, not using the words. It's hard to... Yeah. It's his voice that makes me want to say naughty words. It's a blokey voice. Yeah, he flipped off, so he did.
He sawed it off.
So, the bartender tucks him back under. This fella, the person who has done everything they can to dress like a pirate, calls out to the room. "All right, man, we're going to go take the Grady Knoll. You can waste time fighting these plebeians. Take the ship away!" And he's just gonna run to the door.
Oh God, I hate him.
He's the best character. Shut up.
Can I strip him as he runs past?
If you want to make an attack opportunity against him, you can.
He's not on the list.
And the other NPC, surly, tired Irishman. Yeah, he's in this knoll bit by bit. That's that. So then that brings us all the way back round to Nortal.
As a bonus action, I get out of my shell defense. And I'm going to. I heard the words that he said, but Nordal's very interested in this lightning weapon that was fired at him, so he's going to try to kill this fella right here and roll to hit with his two-handed great axe.
Do it.
21 again.
20 something. I didn't hear the end, but yeah, 20 is high enough to hit this fellow.
Let's see. Ooh, 16. Yep, 16 slashing damage. And 3 lightning damage for a total of 19 damage.
Ugh. On 1 hit point. Damn it.
Damn it, I can't re-roll that either.
Is there anything we can do to justify him taking 1 more hit point?
Has he poured liquid on himself recently?
Yeah, you know what? He's got some alcohol in. And the electricity that sparks off of your blade ignites some of the alcohol on this Noel's fur, and it creates a small spark that sets him slightly on fire as he goes, ah! Falls on the table, his body slowly burning away.
Nice.
So, he's down. What else are you doing with your turn, Nortal?
As a free action, he points his two-handed axe at the 3 gnolls. Flee and never come back. Fuck me. He rolled a 2 in intimidation.
Yeah, they always kind of look at you like.
No, I rolled a 3 and then it ended up being a 2 because I have a -1.
Better than the other option.
It was not a nat 1, no.
Also, if Malk rolls another critical, I'm not rolling a roll 20 for my next attack.
I love it. Malka's rolled 2 crits.
Yo.
You've rolled 2 nat 1. Okay. You tried to scare the other gnolls. They're like, nah. And Navi, it's back. You're getting the general sensation that everyone's like, all right, we can small fry and we can go to the ship.
Muted.
I'm muted again.
Why am
If
I
you're trying to
muted?
talk right
No, I'm just pretending to screw with you guys. Sorry, in this bar, are there any more of those gnolls left that are worth our time?
There are 3 more. There's one more who's in a duel with a heavily clad Irish fellow. So, but this person, you have no idea who they are, but he's just run across the room going, these guys, they're small fries, we'll go to the ship. I'm going to take that ship and I'm going to be captain because I am the greatest.
And one of the gnolls said this?
No. A human in a bright red trench coat and a corner stereotypical pirate's outfit and hat, everything. He's like, haha, a ship, I'm going to take it.
All right, so I want to kill him.
Why does everybody want to kill this character? He's my favorite.
Because I'm the captain. He needs to learn respect.
You can try and stop him from running the ship. He's currently at the door of the bar. He's about to leave.
Can I throw my dagger at him?
Go take that boat. Yeah, throw your dagger. Thankfully, you're a dex-based fighter. You don't need to make any adjustments. If you just click the dagger button, that's the same as if you 20. Yeah, yikes. You hit him.
Yay.
Are you making that a sneak attack as well? Because you can do that, apparently.
Yep.
Why,
Let's do that.
why can she do that?
The swashbuckler class,
AKA
class
badass.
has
Oh.
the ability. I can't remember the name. Rakish
Rakish
something.
audacity.
Yeah, it basically means I can make a sneak attack without needing advantage. Every attack can be sneak attack.
Well, not
That's my
quite.
understanding of it.
Yeah, so what do I roll for the sneak attack?
Just 2d6, and also damage on your dagger by clicking the little word. Jesus Christ!
2 6s.
Well, that's max damage. So that's 21 damage. As you hurl this dagger right into this guy's shoulder. In fact, you hurl it with such ferocity and power that he is now pinned against the wall, and he's kind of going, ah, yeah, what? I thought we were friends working together. Ah, not nice. Most uncool.
Nordal's gonna use a free action to be like, Pretty kitty, why'd you do that?
And for future reference, Rakish Audacity doesn't work that way. A swashbuckler player here.
When I'm looking at it,
I just wanted to see that.
It says work with
You have to be within you have to be within 5 feet of a lone target to use Rakish Audacity.
Oh.
Yeah, never mind. I'm glad for this one
Well, I just
because
wanted
I'm
to
going to
see
say
if you
he
guys
wasn't
take some
expecting it. So, yeah, I'm going to say as far as not, I'm going to say that was rolled with advantage because this fella wasn't expecting the attack. So, stoke attack done, justified.
Can I use my bonus action to go over to him? Close the distance?
Rogues can use their bonus action to dash.
Excuse me. Okay.
30 feet.
Something like that. Although I think as a tabaxi, you get more movement.
Beeline agility, maybe.
Yeah, that's the one.
So you said the dagger has him pinned against the wall?
Oh, yeah. He's pinned against.
Okay. So I want to dash over to him and
You can totally do that.
grab him by like the back of the head and like angrily growl into his ear. I am the captain now.
Okay. Oh, Captain, my Captain, hurt me. Is it wrong when I'm a little turn on?
I yank out the dagger. With a little twist, just for good measure.
Oh, that's so good. Let me. Hello. I shouldn't be allowed to say stupid shit.
No. That's for the after show.
Oh.
Everything gets fun. Okay. Navi has apparently found like a sub for some fun times in the future, potentially. They are so inclined towards that. Kirk, you have a rifle.
Right. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go past Red Coat Gentleman and say, sorry mate, I should have warned you, she's the captain. You should probably not challenge her on that. And keep walking to
Never again.
Vash.
She is definitely my captain now.
All right, well, you made it weird. Congratulations. He's gonna hand Vash the rifle and say, listen, I'll fix your bow later if you'll let me. But try not to break this one too, please. And he gives him the rifle.
How the fuck does this thing work?
I think you just point and shoot.
If you look up in the top of Roll20, there's homebrew rules, firearms. This is a bolt action rifle. So it deals a D12. To reload it is a bonus action because it's bolt action. That's the whole point of it. These are like top tier rifles, 200 feet. They are pretty dope, and you have 10 rounds of ammunition for it.
And then now that I've been forced to kind of leave my safety, I'm gonna wait. How far did I move? I moved 15, 20, 25.
I believe it doesn't take damage from fire, so
I'm gonna move back here, and I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Holy crap.
Okay.
It really is a great
Mate, you've gone.
Yep.
It's a great axe with range.
What just happened?
That bolt action rifle's a great axe with range.
Oh yeah. Like, there's a reason to get a normal one is like a couple hundred gold pieces. They're good rifles.
might have to get me one of
I'm
those.
gonna have to sell one of those.
So, Kirk, are you also like, all right, head towards a boat, we're moving, we're getting on, screw tunnels and
I'm starting to move that way, but
okay. Vash, what do you do?
Well, this thing is pretty unfamiliar to me, so I'm going to move to this table and try to secure this thing against it and aim at this fellow again.
Right, yeah. Make a shot.
It was not a critical, so okay.
20, that's a hit. So D12 plus your deck.
Oh, wow, okay. 5.
Oof.
It's a good you're like, okay, this is pretty good. I'm still a bit better with my bow, but I'd get used to this thing.
And
Are you doing anything?
Yeah, I
with the
used my bonus action to reload it.
Yeah, reload. Click, click. Cool sense. Just you pull the bolt out, the casing drops, and you put a fresh one in.
And while I end my turn, I use my free action to mother. Way to ignore way to ignore what actually matters, Kitty.
Okay. I'm becoming very aware that we're running low on time. So let's speed things along. I can do that. Remaining gnolls. They, as if they're seeing all of this, they're like, all right, no, we're done. They start like running away. Some try to leap out of a window. It's like jump out a window, and you even hear them say, "We're gonna run off into the jungle and forever again."
Keep the boat.
And this one, he gets defeated by the surly Irishman in one-on-one brawl. That happens. And the NPCs, everyone is going to gather. I wait for my internet connection to not be so unstable. There we go. Everyone gathers towards the door and is like, all right, head to the boat.
Wait.
sounds good.
One
Here
moment.
you go.
And he heads up to the bar and pulls out the man's prosthetic limb and hands it to him.
Need a hand, buddy.
As you hand him his prosthetic limb, he screws it back in place. And once it's in, you see him despite the fact it being purely prosthetic, you see him be able to move every inch of it. Once it's in place, it seems perfectly functioning. It's a pretty cool, almost magically enchanted looking. And he's like, yo, thanks.
Here's the rifle.
He takes the rifle back and goes, yeah. I've got a few more of these if you want to keep that, mate.
A few more.
Well, that's what I do. Gotta keep everything safe, haven't I?
I pick up my bow. I am more comfortable with this thing.
Nordal's go, I'll take it.
All right, yeah. Can't give you any more ammo. It's expensive.
Yeah, all good.
Keep it there. Job's a good one.
And Nordal takes the bolt-action rifle and stuffs it on his back.
Speaking of expenses.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. He reaches into a pouch, pulls out a pouch. He reaches into a pocket, pulls out a small pouch of gold and goes, there you go. 50 for your troubles, mate.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Real quick, Vosh, can I see a bow? Real quick, just for 1 second.
And while he's asking that, Nordal's gonna pull an arrow out of his neck.
There seems to be an internal struggle with Wash.
I mean, you can hold on to it. I just need to see it.
And he hands the bow to Kirk. He takes the arrow from Nodal. He plants his fingers on the wound and spends a spell slot for 9 hit points from cure wounds.
Oh, that's perfect. That's just enough to heal me fully.
Okay.
And Kirk is going to cast Mending on the bowstring.
All right, so your precipitation fixing it, right? Or mending, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Can I have those the ammo for this rifle, Bosch?
He points at the bartender.
That was a pouch with the rifle you're given.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Which has got a few
Disregard.
rounds on it.
And then Wash hands 10 gold pieces to Kirk and mutters something along the line of just asking for 40 and makes his exit.
Alrighty. Unfortunately, we are very close to time. And obviously, I don't know how it's going to work next week. So, does anybody have a problem if we just, describe the scene of you rushing over to a boat and overtaking it? Or are we desperate for that combat and we have it on next month?
Well,
I'm fine just taking it.
There is still the matter that
Since Samba's not with us, let's hold here. Find a reason for her to get here. And then we'll get to the boat later.
Okay, so we'll claim the boat next month. Okay, that's fine.
Cool.
Yeah,
Just-
no one has said anything about, money for helping to overtake a whole ship or boat, apparently.
I think the payment itself, which is worth about 10,000 gold, that's how much it is to buy a boat.
I mean, we already have a captain. I'm not getting a boat.
So, with that, we will call it an end there. It's my fault we didn't get to it. I spent far too much time with Narvi.
No worries at all.
Are there things we need to do as the sign off, Ned?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Nat, you're breathing into your mic.
Sorry.
I like it.
I'm sick.
ASMR charity D&D.
That's my excuse. I'm sick.
That's why I like it.
Let's see. We have we have raised roughly 50 euros, pounds, whatever you want to call them, tonight for the charity of comic relief.
Woo!
Many people have stopped by the chat and have indulged in it. Shad, thank you for keeping us a heck of a lot of company and talking about tabaxis, because I know you play one.
Yeah, thanks, Shad, for hanging out.
But wait, there's more. Oh, goodness. Should I wait for more, Stuffy? So we're going to toss up the ending screen here shortly. After we do our farewells, we will start off with myself, go around the table, and we'll do Malk last. Since she's the special guest, she gets her own special time.
Best for last.
Best for first. Cough.
Sure, best first.
Oh, I actually still might be shorter than Malk. It's quite possible. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I do hope everybody that came here enjoyed their time. I want to plug everybody real quick onto the second D&D charity group that is going to go March 23rd. It is a Saturday, the exact same time that we do these. We are going to be doing 2 a month now. The campaign is called Basketball. I'll let you guys take that where you want it to go. I am Ned, creator of charity D&D on Saturday night in Non-Toxic Gaming, thanks to the wonderful Malk, who had a wonderful idea several months ago. If you'd ever like somebody to D&D a one-shot for you, or would like to join a D&D one-shot, I have slots that open from time to time, pretty much any day of the week, usually in the evenings on Eastern Time. Bard, I'm going to force you to join me in one of those eventually.
Go on, twist my arm.
But other than that, I, again, hope everybody had a wonderful night, and I will switch over to Bard.
Hello, I'm the Bardic Narc. I said all these things at the beginning of a session. If you weren't paying attention or you weren't here, hey, find me on various places on the internet, such as Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube, all under the Bardic Narc. Please like me. It will validate my existence as a human being. And if you really like me, you can give me money, which would also be nice, because being poor isn't fun. Obviously, no pressure, but yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
Like Ned was saying, yeah, it's actually one of my Patreon things. If you give me enough money, I'll do a one shot for you. So I'm not desperate. I swear. I joke. I'm actually. I'm fine. You don't pity me.
Will DM for money.
I actually will. I am not opposed to that. I will do a lot of things for money.
That kind of, oh god, give me 1 second. I want to know who just finished.
Mal knows what I'm talking about. She
me...
made use of that earlier. Anyhow, back to the point. You can find me doing all kinds of stuff in all those places. Every week, I DM stuff over on Welcome Party, RPG, over on Twitch. Every other week, I DM a Pokemon game, also over on Welcome to the Party. I haven't done it for the last few weeks. I've been feeling ill and having bad mental health days. We'll be back to streaming my Final Fantasy retrospective every week on my Twitch channel, so check that stuff out. Somebody else stop me from talking.
I'll stop you from talking. Thank you, Stuffy. You guys look at the top of the stream, we might have hit our 100% goal.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Stuffy.
Stuffy, why? I love you, but at the same time, why? We'll go ahead and start off with Nat, and then we'll go to Finn, because Malk will make up for Finn's non-existence.
I'm NatchuralOne. You can find me also places on the internet like Twitch and Twitter and whatnot at NatchuralOne. Unlike Bardic, I am desperate. So if you want to pay me money to DM you some D&D or other RPGs, I love all sorts of RPGs, and I will run you games for money or for not money. But if you want to give me money, I'm not going to say no. So is desperation a good look on me? I hope so.
I think it's a look good on anybody.
It's beautiful.
Finn. Oh, there it is.
Is this Finn's silent protest that you can't make me plug myself?
Oh, I can plug for him.
Next.
I know everything about him. Go to Twitter.
I'm
Go.
Finn. You can find me on Twitter for some unpopular opinions based on food. And that's actually the most that I have done on the internet recently. So
I dare everybody in stream to go follow Flying FinDragon on Twitter and tweet at him your food opinions. I dare everyone. Malk, your turn.
Avast Bendir, which is totally the pirate version of "Hey, listen." So I am Malkarii, and I will just take your money, and I won't even do anything for you. Just give me money. I'm just kidding. I'm not really kidding. So you can find me everywhere as Malkarii, Malkarii. Except on Twitter, I have an underscore at the end because someone stole my name. People suck.
I
They
feel
don't even
you.
use their Twitter account. Like they made 2 tweets 5 years ago. Yeah, give it to me. Damn it. Anyways, so yeah, I just want to quickly plug a charity event that Natoxic Gaming is doing in partnership with the Uncation Anthology next month. It's another 24-hour D&D stream happening right here on the Noctantic Gaming Twitch channel. And what it is we're gonna be playing campaigns from the Uncaged anthology books. And if you have not seen what those are or don't know what it's about, it's basically the TLDR of it is a bunch of campaigns created by some very talented authors in the D&D community that have created campaigns based around like the old like tropes with the like female bad guys like Medusa and Harpies and things like that. So it should be pretty cool. And we're still in the process of planning it. It's going to be April 13th/14th because it's a 24-hour stream. We've tweeted about it on the Noctantic Gaming account. It's in the Discord, but I'm going to be reminding people constantly about this awesome event. I'm really excited about it. I like tropes too, Stuffy. It's going to end this with a treat for you guys. Alexa, tell me a pun.
Why can't you tell a kleptomaniac a joke? Because they always take things literally.
I'm not gonna lie, I heard I like tropes and chains and herpes, not harpies, when you were saying that.
Did not say herpes. Oh man.
But thank you again, Malk, for joining us, of course.
Thanks
have we
for
figured
having
out
me.
how that stream is going yet?
Which one?
The 24-hour one?
What was your question?
Have we figured out how the streaming process is going yet?
We can discuss that offline.
Fair enough.
Either I'm gonna be awake for 24 hours, or we're gonna like halfway through quickly switch over to someone else handling behind the scenes. But we'll figure it out.
All right, thank you everyone again for joining us tonight. Don't forget you're losing an hour of sleep tonight in America.
Why do you have to end the stream on bad news?
But remember, you get it back in a couple of months.
Do you want some kazoo music to outro us out on?
Yeah, sure.
Do any of you watch the Orville?
No.
No. Wow.
If you have, okay, quick plug. If you haven't watched Umbrella Academy on Netflix, you need to. And that's gonna end the show tonight. Everyone have a wonderful night, and see you in 2 weeks.